Hello children, today we will learn balancing the chemical equations. In yesterday's class, we have learnt what is an unbalanced equation. Unbalanced equation contains the molecular formula of the substances, reactants and products. This unbalanced chemical equation is also called as skeleton equation. Okay, today we will learn how to balance the chemical equation. What are the steps involved in it? Okay, we will take the first reaction as combustion of propane. Equation number 1. So, propane molecular formula is C3H8. When it undergoes combustion, it reacts with oxygen present in the atmosphere and produces two products. They are carbon dioxide and water vapor. These are the two products. So, before balancing the chemical equation, in step 1, first of all we should write the unbalanced chemical equation, that means skeleton equation, with correct formula of the reactants and products. So, in the next step, what we have to do, I already said in the previous class that towards the LHS side, towards the left hand side of the arrow marker, we consider it as LHS side. This one we will consider it as a RHS side. Reactant side is called a left hand side. Product side is called a right hand side. We have to divide the whole equation into two parts like this. Next, what are the elements present in the LHS side? We have to note down. What are the elements present towards the LHS side? We have carbon, we have hydrogen, we have oxygen, like this. And how many atoms of each element are there? We have to write here. LHS side, how many carbon atoms are there? In this molecular formula and in this molecular formula we have to check. LHS side means a whole. So we have carbon 3 atoms. How many hydrogens are there? 8 hydrogens are there. How many oxygens are there? 2 oxygens are there. Now similarly write down RHS side. RHS side also you will find the same elements, that is carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. How many carbon atoms? You see. Here in this molecular formula we have only carbon, one carbon atom. Here there is no carbon. Here only one carbon atom is there, so I am writing 1. How many hydrogens are there here? 2 hydrogens are there. As the subscript is there for hydrogen, we will consider it as 2 hydrogen atoms. So H is equal to 2. How many oxygens are there? You see, in this molecular formula, 2 oxygens are there. O2. O2 means 2 oxygens. In this molecular formula, there is no subscript for oxygen. That means we have to take it as 1 oxygen atom. In this molecular formula, we have 2 oxygens, and here there is only 1 oxygen. Total 2 plus 1, 3. 3 oxygen atoms are there. Now you see, first you check the number of carbon atoms on both sides. LHS side we have 3 carbon atoms, whereas RHS side only 1 carbon atom. So for this, what we have to do means, we can write the suitable coefficients. In the next step, we can write the suitable coefficients wherever required. A coefficient is nothing but the number which we can write in front of the formula of any substance. For example, here we need to balance the carbon atoms, RHS side. So RHS side, carbon containing molecular formula is this one, CO2. Here there is no carbon atom, so we need not worry about this formula. Here in this formula there is carbon atom is there. We need to increase the number of carbon atoms here. That's why we need to write the coefficient in front of this formula only. We have to multiply the whole formula by 2. As there is no coefficient here, we can consider it as a 1. Now we can go for the number 2. Whenever we write here 2, what happens? The carbon atoms number increases by 2. But we need how many carbon atoms? 3 carbon atoms. So this molecular formula, whole formula should be multiplied by the coefficient 3. If you write 3 here, the number of carbon atoms increases. So that here we can write the new carbon atoms number is 3. Now whenever you write the 3 in front of this molecular formula, this 3 is not only applicable for carbon but it is also applicable for oxygen. Now the number of oxygen atoms also being increased. Already here 2 is there, substitute 2 is there, and coefficient we have written newly 3 here. Therefore 3 into 2, 6. Oxygen atoms becomes, always remember, the coefficient number and substitute number should be multiplied by each other. So 3 into 2, 6. 3 into 2, 6. The new number of oxygen atoms increased to 6 here. Because we have written 3 here, oxygens increased. Now hydrogens you see next, hydrogens. Left hand side 8 hydrogens are there, and right hand side only 2 hydrogens are there. So which coefficient, if we multiply this 2, we will get 8. Yes, you are right. When we multiply this 2 with 4, we will write, we can get 8 here. So here hydrogen is there. We, in front of this hydrogen, left hand side, we have to write the coefficient, that is 4. When we write 4 here, the hydrogen atoms number increases. That means here 4 into 2. 4 2s are 8. So 2 into 4, that is equal to 8. Hydrogen atoms also now getting balanced. Now what was happened here, you see, when we write 4 here, not only the hydrogen atoms increased, but also oxygen atoms. When we do, before writing this 4, we have only one oxygen atom, but when we wrote 4 here, the number of oxygen atoms increased to 4. Already here 6 oxygen atoms are there, RHS side. Now, again 4 atoms here increased, no? That's why 6 plus 4 is equal to 10. Total number of oxygen atoms now towards the RHS side became 10. So, but LHS side how many? There are only 2. But RHS side oxygen atoms are 10 in number. So, in order to balance this oxygen atoms also, LHS side we have one option that we can write the coefficient 5 in front of the O2. When we write in front of O2 5 coefficient here, we have to multiply the coefficient with subscript. So, 5 into 2, 10. That new number of oxygen atoms also here became 10. So, now once you check 3 carbon atoms, 8 hydrogens and 10 oxygens towards LHS side. Now RHS side also 3 carbon atoms, 8 hydrogens and 10 oxygen atoms. Now this is your completely balanced equation. Now we can balance the chemical equations by writing the suitable coefficients wherever required. In this particular equation we need the coefficients 5, 3, 4 here. So like this we can balance the equations. And we can wherever it is, actually we can also reduce these coefficients by dividing all the coefficients with the highest common factor so as to get the simplest ratio of coefficients. But here in this particular equation, already here 5, 3, 4 coefficients are there which are the smallest whole number ratio, and all the 3 coefficients cannot be divided by a common factor. That's why we will remain this equation like this only. Okay, I will take more examples and I will explain in the next coming video.